The Common Ground World Competition happening on November 19, 2024 will feature the White Rum meta. The craft requirements for White Rum are 10 sugarcane, 2 water drum, 1 yeast, and 1 oak barrel. It is crafted in the brewery with the craft time of 260 seconds and stored in the storehouse. For this competition, White Rum will give 20,000 stars for each one sold. The trade time for this competition is 40 seconds with a 1 gasoline cost per trade. The starting layout provided for this competition is a plains biome facing west, with 2 mountains, one on the north side and the other one on the south side, and 1 river on the east side. You start with 2 wheat fields and a windmill, so you could start making flour right away, but it would be difficult to scale up flour production because of how much shade is being cast from the mountains on both sides. You also start with a water pump and 3 paved roads. You could sell flour or even set up oak barrel production to get all the cash you need, but in my opinion, gold will be easier to scale up and get cash quicker. I still recommend you sell some flour at the start to get some extra starting cash before you set up a gold rush. If you have an NFT that provides passive iron like the epic Stylin or legendary Stylin ride, then setting up oak barrel production right away, which is considered an oak barrel rush, will be the best way to get the cash you need quickly. The cash boosts for this competition are flour from 2,000 to 6,000, yeast from 4220 to 12,660, and oak barrels from 5,500 to 16,500. The rewards for this competition are the standard Gala rewards plus an NFT known as the Hasty Mixing Tent Blueprint for reaching the top 1,200 placements in the leaderboard by the time the competition ends. The Hasty Mixing Tent Blueprint will increase the movement speed of the workers in your mixing tents. The higher the rarity, the higher the boost. Rewards are usually distributed directly to your account within 5 days. Here is the no NFT White Rum design that I have created for this competition. It is doing 139 White Rum per hour. I've been testing it pretty much all day, so that is a stable rate. I'm going to slowly scroll through the production monitor so you can see the production rates of everything, and then I'm going to talk about the important production rates. Lumber is at 141 per hour, which means I can make 141 iron per hour. So that should mean I should be able to make 141 oak barrels per hour. However, there's not enough oak trees here, despite all the oak trees you see. So it's only able to make 139 oak barrels per hour, which is what's limiting it to 139 White Rum per hour. There are, of course, other things that are close to limiting it. Sugarcane is at 1,420. That would be enough sugarcane to make 142 White Rum, but the oak wood is limiting it. So even if you were to add a little bit more oak wood, you could get it up by 2, basically to 141 per hour. And then you would pretty much need more wood and sugarcane. There's not a whole lot of items involved in this meta, so it's a fairly easy one to do, and despite all the expensive breweries, not as expensive as some other designs, and the cash boost will definitely help you finish your design quickly. So now I'm going to explain the entire production process, starting with flour and yeast. So I have 9 logger houses in charge of collecting wood from the 15 tree farms, as well as the oak tree farms, but I'll get to those later. So there are 15 tree farms, 10 of which are on a green craft timer. The other 5 are being negatively impacted by shade from both mountain and buildings, but it still helps me collect some extra wood. You will notice that a lot of crops, well, not a lot of crops here, but some of the crops, of course, are being impacted by shade, because I still needed to have more crops in order to achieve my goal in the White Rum production. So just keep that in mind. I have 7 tractor houses all over here, the tractor house neighborhood. I noticed all the logger house neighborhoods up here, but the tractors are in charge of picking up wheat and sugarcane. I have 7 wheat fields, only 2 of them are on a green craft timer. The other 5 are yellow or red craft timers. I have 2 silos. This silo is mainly in charge of storing the wheat. It will store some sugarcane, which is completely fine. And the silo up here should only store sugarcane. This helps have all the wheat down here, since most of the flour and yeast production is happening down here anyways. I have 18 windmills making flour. These two are on a green craft timer. They're not being hit by the shade from the mountain or any shade from nearby buildings. And the other windmills, all of those are on a red craft timer, of course making flour. I have two storehouses both on the south side. They will store the flour, yeast, and the white rum. And I have 4 bakeries making yeast all right here, and they do have the 1 passive water drum that they need. For iron and oak barrel production, I have 1 lumber mill making lumber. It does have the passive water drum and energy from the nearby power plant. That lumber gets stored right here in the lumber yard, which also stores wood and oak wood. I suppose some wood gets stored here. Oak wood, I'm not producing enough for it to actually get stored here, but if you are overproducing wood or oak wood, then it will be stored here, of course. I have 2 water facilities making water drums. I have 4 iron mines. They have the passive energy that they need from the nearby power plants, but they will need to manually pick up the water drums from the warehouse. That's why I'm crafting water drums from these 2. And I have 5 lumber mills making oak barrels, and those have the passive energy that they need as well. These do not need water drums. That's why there's no water pumps here. They just have to go and pick up the iron, as the oak wood will get directly deposited to them by the loggers. And I almost forgot to mention, but there are 23 oak tree farms. 13 are on a green craft timer. The other 10 are on a yellow or red craft timer because they're being negatively impacted by the shade from the mountain or nearby buildings. And I have 2 warehouses in charge of storing water drums, iron, and oak barrels. So the only thing left to explain is basically the white rum production. So I have 13 sugarcane fields, 8 of them are on a green craft timer, and the other 5 are yellow or red craft timers being impacted by shade. And 18 breweries, they all have the 2 passive water drums that they need. Obviously, they're all making white rum. The breweries cast 2 shade, so I have 2 more over here. They're not casting shade on the windmills. They only cast shade up to these 2 spots, and they craft very slowly. That's why you need so many of them. For the gasoline setup, I have the standard setup right here with 2 water pumps, 2 power plants, a refinery in between them crafting gasoline, refinery to the side crafting petroleum. I have the fuel storage across from them, and I am using a forklift to pick up crude oil from 5 oil pumps. You really only need 4. I just decided to build 5, and really you could build 2 more oil pumps right here if you really wanted to. Otherwise, the only things you can put here are buildings that cast 1 shade. And for the trade setup, I have 2 trade depot, one on the northwest side and one on the southwest side. I don't believe you need both of them, but I just happen to have both of them. There's also 1 spot right here that you could have a building that cast 2 shade. I decided not to use it. You could make a change. You could even change out this logger house, put it there, and have an extra tree farm or an extra oak tree farm if you wanted to. Here's what the auto cell looks like. I have a white rum, wood, and oak wood at 10, a water drum, yeast, flour, iron, oak barrels at 15, and wheat and sugarcane at 20. Here's what the build looks like on the visualizer. Total cost is 20.4 million. Wages are 22,390 per minute. You will have no issue paying the wages once you're finished with the build. You can find the file for this visualizer on my Discord server, and an invite link to the Discord is in the description. And that's all there is to white rum production in Common Ground World. I believe 139 per hour is a competitive rate for the competition. It's not the best rate, I admit. I have seen people claim they are making 150, even 155 per hour without NFTs. I do believe that is possible. This design doesn't have that much room for improvement. You would probably want to come up with another design, and of course utilize subgrid placement in order to be able to have more crops on a green craft timer, or even more buildings. And if you manage to do that and you use the space more efficiently, then yeah, you should be able to achieve 150 or even more white rum per hour before the use of any NFTs. Of course, there's some NFTs that would help you out a lot. The Common Ground Town Hall is one of the easiest ones to get, and reducing the craft time of the tree farms and the wheat fields will definitely help you out in this competition. And of course, if you do have higher end NFTs, a wheat stand and either an epic or legendary stud and ride will be a massive help. If you have passive iron, you don't have to worry about making lumber and you don't have to worry about the mines, so it does save a lot of space. The Medieval Tavern is another NFT that's useful in just about every situation since it increases the movement speed of all your workers, but it also has the effect of reducing the craft time of your breweries, so it will be even more helpful for this competition. Well, that's going to be everything, so I hope you found this helpful and informative. If you did, please leave a like on the video, consider leaving a comment, share any questions or feedback you may have, and subscribe if you haven't done so already so you don't miss out on my content. If you want to help support the channel, you can find links in the description on how to do so, and as always, I appreciate your support and thank you for watching.